28 countries use the death penalty. 31 states in the United States also use the death penalty. And according to Amnesty International, the U.S. ranks 5th highest in the number of executions worldwide. The death penalty has existed since the 1600s in the United States, and the most common crime under capital punishment is murder. The death penalty is heavily debated. However, I will discuss and I will prove why the death penalty should be a practice punishment and why it should remain legal. The average cost to provide for every inmate is approximately $31,000. So, as you can see, housing and providing for inmates is extremely high in cost, and it puts a strain on our economy. And we pay for this with taxpayers' money. So we have to ask ourselves if we should really be putting money into providing for people who have committed crimes malicious enough to be considered for death row. Some will argue that the death penalty is unethical and that it does not significantly affect crime rate. And while the death penalty can be seen as unethical, many other counterarguments can be proven invalid, and the reasons favoring the death penalty heavily outweigh those not favoring the death penalty. For one, it provides justice and it provides closure for the families. Many families are very eager to see their loved ones, perpetrators behind bars, and seeing what's been done to their loved ones done to the criminal. And the Constitution does not permit cruel and unusual punishment, but due to the severity of the crimes that meet the criteria for death row, these crimes punishment is not considered cruel or unusual. It also acts as a deterrent, and it's a lot cheaper than providing housing and food and hygiene for these inmates for multiple years. And this is a completely fair system. It's based on the best public defenders. The outcome is ensured and everything's unbiased. And however, there has been false convictions. It's very unlikely. And even though we are killing these people for their crimes, it's the most humane way to do it. And here I have a graph that shows the correlation between the number of executions and the number of murders. The darker line shows the number of executions, and the lighter line shows the number of murders. And as you can see, as the number of executions goes up, the number of murderers goes down. In conclusion, I would just like to state that death row has provided closure for so many people, and it's really a good way to prevent these criminals from doing anything bad again. Even if we keep them locked up for their whole life, they still have a chance of escaping, and they still have a chance of hurting other prisoners. And while the death penalty does have many cons, the pros heavily outweigh this.